Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome in, welcome in. I am your host, again, Chantel Sierta Shakim, coming to you again for the universal energies of today. Today is a new day, and I remember. I remember me, and I remember the lessons that I have learned. So, I am your host, Chantel Sierta Shakim, again. I am a holistic self-care practitioner and soul guide. I come on here every day to tap into universal energy and just see what Spirit has to say. For those of you who have been following me or watching the replays on live on YouTube, my Circle of Sister Table Talk page, I had a very difficult day yesterday, but of course we gotta be in the mud. As flowers we blossom and we learn. So we learn each day how to show up differently and make the next day better than the day before. So I'm here today feeling good, back to my usual, and tapping into this energy, okay? So come on in and take a seat as our first cards came out. First one being the World, followed by Justice. All right, we are coming into the lessons learned. What does these 7 cards have to say about learning our lessons? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining me today as we're tapping into the universal energies as the Tower card shows up. We have the World, we have Justice, and we have the Tower. These are some major arcana cards coming out as we heal our broken hearts, okay? 3 of Swords. So this is what they're saying, and all the other ones just dropped out. It's a lot of them. So I'm going to just shuffle these and see what order we're going to take them. The next one out is the 9 of Swords, followed by the 10 of Pentacles. Let's see what else we have here. Followed by the 2 of Cups, okay? So those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 cards that we have, but we're going to turn over these last ones as well and see what they have to say to confirm. The King of Pentacles, the Devil, the 7 of Swords, and Temperance. So this is the overarching energy I see of finding that place of peace within yourself while you heal those dark places and shine bright in your world, the world that you are creating, and taking time to balance the energy that shows up. So again, we have the overarching energy of the King of Pentacles, all about finding that good spot, finding that peace, that loyalty, that place of living your best life now. That's what it came out, y'all. As you heal those places, those shadows, those dark things that torment you or that challenge you to be greater, because you were meant for this success. You are creating the world by just showing up. And this is saying temperance, balance it. Balance the shadow and the light. Give it all an opportunity to show up and face it, because that is how we truly begin to learn our lessons. And this is how we begin to live in a world that we have created, where it supports our growth, where it supports our identity, where it supports our emotional regulation. And this is again justice, kind of like this card, the Temperance. You balancing it all, right? And looking for the surprises in the midst of the chaos while you heal those broken heart areas, but you remain open to the lessons even in the heartache. Seeing the illusions as the fears that they are. Seeing that it doesn't always have to be a shadow, a dark night of the soul, we can rise out of it. And when we do, we get that 10 of Pentacles life. This is where you see everything aligning just right. And it does take the shadow and the light, the shadow and the sun. And you begin to refill your cup. As yesterday, my day was all about filling my cup. Filling my cup and not being seen. Filling my cup and giving myself the things that I personally needed. So yesterday I wasn't on the camera, but I did come live and we did this deep dive into the feelings, right? How often can we sit in the feelings and feel them and experience them and learn from them? Because truly everything does come to serve us. Everything comes to move us forward. Everything comes to serve its purpose. And we have to be open to it. Both the sunshine and the moon. This is where we do it all, you know. So we are going to tap into this energy. And from what I'm seeing here, it's just like, you know, you have to take it all. You have to know that it all is serving you. And what lessons are you learning in the process? Welcome in, welcome in. For those of you who do not know who I am Chantel Sierta Shakim, a holistic self-care practitioner and soul guide. I come on and read the energy of the day. I talk about whatever spirit wants to say, and I'm just a channel today, okay? My feelings, my emotions, my intuition are all being brought into this experience. So we will start at the Two of Cups, which was the first card, the last card out, but I like to start from the bottom and then move to the top. And as you see here, these cards here, you see the color symbolism, okay? So you have to fill your cup in order for the world to show you truly what it is you desire, okay? And it's filling your cup with the things that make you happy, filling your cup with the things that you desire, what you see in your third eye for your life, holding that vision even in the midst of the chaos and the destruction, even in the midst of the heartache, even in the midst of seeing the fears as the illusions that they are, so that you can in fact get that 10 of Pentacles life. But it does take balancing the shadow and the light, and sometimes it takes showing up unapologetically to really heal those things that go bump in the night, those devil energies, so that you can find yourself seated on your throne, okay? So we will tap into the Two of Cups and go from the bottom to the top like that. I hope you all are doing well tonight. I hope this hump day is serving in a good way. Maybe you getting your hump on, you know, as we move into the other parts of the week. So it says, I thrive in partnerships and my heart leaps with joy when I connect. My heart leaps with joy when I come on here. It is a beautiful time to share my gifts, my talents, my abilities, my intuition, tapping into it, calling forth the angels, the guides, the ascended masters, my ancestors to help me navigate my experience of life in hopes that it will also give you some insight. Greetings, Savannah. Vanna. Okay, gotcha, girl. Will Jalen try to reconnect with me? I will answer that in the end, okay? I'm going to tap into this energy and then I'll be sure to come back to that question, okay? So, thriving in partnerships that make your heart, fill your heart with joy is the answer that we're going from. To live our best life now. To the 10 of Pentacles, okay? 10 of Pentacles says, I am successful and I share my wealth with those I love. I'm successful and I share my wealth with those I love. Followed by the Nine of Swords, which is seeing your fears as the illusions that they are. I know that one too well, but I am going to go into the book just in case it says something else, okay? Because I'm learning as I'm going, and I've been learning, as I go. So it says, again, I see my fears as the illusions that they are. And sometimes when we feel that our heart has been broken, we truly have to remain open to the lesson from the heartbreak, from the low vibration, from the things looking like it's dead and gone. The old me's dead and gone, dead and gone. This is number 3. Oh, I've been traveling down this road too long. Y'all know that song? The old me's dead and gone. Okay, so this says, wrong one. It is the 3 of Swords, not the 3 of Cups. So let me get to the right one. So the 3 of Swords says, my heart remains tender and open. Even as I work through the illusions, even as I work through the fears to find the partnerships that makes my heart leap with joy, that I may live this abundant life, okay? Moving through this tower and knowing that everything will be all right. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Don't you worry. It's number 16. About a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be all right. Even in the midst of the tower, even in the midst of the chaos, there are always surprises that will serve you. It says, in chaos, I move toward the brightest light. In chaos, I move toward the brightest light. And in that space, you'll find justice, and justice for all. So those things that have made you fearful, those things that have felt like they've broken your heart, justice will be served as long as you continue the course. Continue in the direction that serves you. Justice says, my good karma is delightfully loving, and it can be the most motivating teachers. This is where we're talking about, what are we learning? What are we learning through our experiences? How are you learning to show up in spite of what you may be feeling? How can you see that those feelings are emotions that move you into the new world, where you get to choose all the good that is available? As I'm often saying, how good can it get? The world is where we get to practice, where we get to play, where we get to find opportunities to be joyful, be happy, find the lessons in the blessings, in the chaos and the destruction. It says, I accept this gift of completion, and I ascend to new levels of awareness and wholeness. I am love. This is it. Love is the master key that unlocks every door that is for me. So when you find yourself in these heartbreaks, understand, how is love serving you? How is love allowing you to fill your own cup? How is love allowing you to grow, glow, and flow, even in the midst of the chaos and the destruction? Because you, in fact, have to choose. Temperance comes up next. Balancing that yin and yang energy, balancing your divine feminine and your divine masculine, the sun and the moon, because it all is necessary. Everything is necessary, and everything is working for us if, in fact, we learn the lesson. It says, I walk the middle path and I nourish my spiritual wholeness. Understanding that it's not another person that makes us complete. We are complete just by birthright. We are complete just by showing up, and showing up in the midst of it all, and choosing what happens next as the 7 of Wands shows up. This is the place of success. This is the place where you reclaim your time, you reclaim your power, you reclaim your authority, you reclaim your life in its full capacity, in everything that it's offering. It says, I am deserving of this success, and I will bravely shine my light into the world. I am deserving of this success, and I bravely shine my light into the world. Because that is how we heal. This is all about healing, the devil energy. And it is number 15. And what I like about the devil is it's like the things that happen in our life are what control our life, actually. But we get to choose how they control us. Are we being controlled in a way that moves us forward? Or are we being controlled in a way that keeps us stuck? The devil says, in the darkness, I am free to heal everything. And as I came on live yesterday, I just had a backdrop of confetti with sparkles and twinkles of stars. And it was just darkness. And I talked about going into the void or going into the darkness and just being there with whatever shows up. What hurts, what pains, what sadness, what despair, seeing those fears as the illusions that they are and really beginning to reset in that space. For me, I find the darkness very comforting. I find the darkness as a place of peace, where you don't have to be afraid of anything. When you are in the darkness, you can choose to shine light on whatever it is you would like to see. And that is where the King of Pentacles shows up. The King of Pentacles says that we have everything we need. Everything we need is within us. We just have to shine a little light on it. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't you worry about a thing, okay? It says, I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. So we can stay in those sunken places. We can stay in those places of heartbreak. We can stay in those places of darkness that appear to be the tower, chaos and destruction, or fear and illusions. But the moment you decide to shine light on it, you can get a different outcome. So we are going to pull from our Soul's Journey cards. The Soul Journey will tell us a little bit about what we can find in the messages. And those all came out. We'll find freedom. What you say? We're going to ring that in. Freedom is the place that everything happens for you. Even if it feels like heartbreak, it truly is happening for you. And it says, I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. That's the first card. Followed by balance. They said, we said what we said, okay? Balance. Bringing this energy into play. The yin and the yang, the shadow and the light, the good and the bad, if you want to say it. But balance is called for. And it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world. The world is that first card that showed up. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do it without judgment. Because what shows up next? Justice. There's no need to judge it, just witness it. And there you will find everything that supports you for your highest good as self-esteem shows up. And it says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So sometimes we have to be transparent in the moment, saying, you know what, this really doesn't feel good. This really is not working for me. But then we have to see it as an illusion. Everything is always working for us, but we have to get out of our own way and begin to see how the hurt, the pain, become the lessons and the blessings, okay? So we are moving into our ancestral cards, and the first one out is the Goddess Circle. The Goddess Circle. It says the wheel of change. And this is truly what it is. We can choose to navigate the wheel of change any way that we find necessary. We're going to go into the book, and it is number 10. I see that as cycles. You know, at what point are you going to end the cycle? At what point are you going to choose your freedom? At what point are you going to bring balance and harmony into the situation? Let's see what the secrets of the ancestors have to say as the Goddess Circle shows up. As the Goddess Circle shows up, it says, I'm a winner, baby. All we do is win, 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 win. No matter what. We got to stay down, you know, even if it means going down, but then coming back up, okay? So the ancestral medicine says, one thing about the Wheel of Fortune is it keeps turning. For some of your ancestors, it was difficult to feel joy for the sake of joy. Heal their energy by celebrating yours now. Learn what it feels like to revel in joy, pleasure, and fun just for the sake of it. We give thanks for that. You know, how often is it hard to make a conscious decision that even if we're feeling bad, to say, you know what, I'm going to choose something different. I don't want to feel bad. But you can learn from the feelings of bad that, hey, this ain't really where it's at. I would like to experience something else. And then go into that space of feeling something else. Because no one says we got to stay there. We have to align that energy. We have to move that energy from the root chakra to the crown. And it's like, okay, I can stay in survival. I can stay in the low vibration, but I also have a choice to move into the highest vibration. And that is simply by learning the lessons, right? Learning from our experiences. This is how we move energy. This is how we come into this King of Pentacles energy, right? By continuing to move. Don't get stuck. Don't get stagnant. And allow your soul to play with your inner child, as I am doing today. This is the medicine. This is the end. This is the work. You know, a lot of us show up every day in our childlike nature, whether we know it or not. The way we respond to stress, the way we respond to heartache, the way we respond to things not going well, we automatically resort to how that made us feel as a child. Even as adults, we still have that childlike nature. So we have to begin to play with it. How often do we see little kids staying in the lower frequency? They may get sad, they may get mad, they may be angry, but no sooner than they've thrown the temper tantrum, they move. They're like, okay, on to something else, especially if it was ignored. It's like, you know what? Whatever, let me do something else. And the inner child shows up today to remind me that my inner child is free to express love and joy, and really to see how good can it get. You know, most of the time, the kids that throw fits, it's because they're not getting what they desire. So now they choose to do something different that maybe will meet their need in that moment. So this is a moment by moment by moment experience. We have to learn in each moment that everything is sent to serve. So I'm going to go back up to Savannah's question, Vanna, and I will pull for you. We're going to clear this energy about learning our lessons. Ultimately, we just have to show up, embrace it, and then move on, okay? Move into what lights you up, what makes you feel joy, what supports you in living at the highest frequency of your life. This is what we're doing, okay? So let me see if I can go back up to Savannah's question. Okay, Vanna, it says, will Jalen try to reconnect with me? Do you want him to reconnect with you? If you are asking the question, it makes me automatically think that you want him to. But is that the best thing? Or have you already learned your lesson and you don't have to repeat those cycles, okay? It says remain positive, and that looks like a lot of good stuff coming through. And then it says opportunity. So as you remain positive, the opportunity may present. But I encourage you to think that if he does contact you, what is going to be different in this reconnection? Are you solid enough to know what you desire out of the relationship? Or are you going to find yourself continuing to go through the cycles, right? Are you going to continue to replay those same stories as you have in the past? Or are you really ready for something different? Because it says opportunities are available and you have to remain positive. We give thanks for that, Savannah. Thank you for allowing me to tap into that energy. So is there any other questions in the chat? Anyone else would like me to pull a card or two to confirm some words that you already know, but you need to see it come through? If not, I want to tell you about a retreat that I will be having in California, June the 20th through the 22nd. It will be a silence and stillness retreat. Me and one of my beautiful sisters will be hosting practitioners, those who are looking to connect with themselves, those who are looking for spiritual clarity, those who are looking to regulate their nervous system, those who are looking to find their true identity as they are finding themselves between the shadow and light and not knowing how to hold that highest vibration, those who are looking for more self-esteem, those who are looking for community. We are inviting you out. Check out the information on my Soul Sync, SYNK Vibes, soulsyncvibes.com, under the events, where you can find all the things that are going on. We have so many retreats, we have so many events, we have lots of things that we are doing this year, and I am being called to have more in-person events as the House of Shechem is open for retreats, as it is open for Reflect, Remember, and Align retreats every month from Friday to Sunday. If you are in the Atlanta area and would like to tap into one of those retreats, those are also available here locally. But next month, June, will be in California. I also have a retreat, a holistic harmony retreat. I couldn't even think of it. Coming up in August, going to Ghana. If you have had a thought to go to Ghana or had an idea about going to Ghana, please hit me up for that Ghana trip. It is also in my TikTok Reels with all of the information for Ghana. This will be a beautiful time of ancestor veneration, tapping into the homeland, from the motherland to the homeland, or from your homeland to the motherland. If that inspires you, give thanks. Please check into that retreat as well. There's so much that is available to us to learn our lessons, to grow, to glow, to flow, to align, to fix your crown in the process, to move your energy into the alignment of self-regulation as you find out truly who you are and you show up unapologetically. This is the work that I do. I also had a retreat this past weekend, which was phenomenal, being able to hold space with women to really tap into a alignment. What does that mean? Anchoring into your I am, liberating yourself from the things that you are not, illuminating the life that you want to live, generating action, putting action behind the things that you see yourself doing, being, and having, and then nourishing your soul each and every day. As I come on here and I play with my tarot cards, I play with my little girl who constantly reminds me that I am the queen of my experience and I always get to choose. So I hope this was inspiring to you. I hope this message finds you where you need to be found as you learn the lessons, as you navigate your heart's deepest desires, moving beyond the heartache into the healing. So until next time, I am your host, Chantel Sierta Shakim, speaking out and fixing crowns in the process. This is my day 119 of 365 days of going live and embracing the queen within, learning to live aligned and crowned. Join me. I'm here. Until next time, peace and love.